good podcast guest.
He's rubbing against the mic. You guys hear the rubs?
That's him
I
rubbing.
think it feels really nice. Wesley is my cat. I feel like we've talked about him quite a bit on this podcast.
He's the best,
actually.
and we can keep talking about him because he's a star.
He is a star.
But he's not just a star. He's also... I really manhandle your computer just now. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's company property. Who cares? I'm joking. I'm
Who
joking.
fucking cares?
If I work with you, I am being very careful with my computer. Guys, this thing about my cat.
Again, wrong.
He shoves his ass
This is
up
the
in
wrong
the air
one.
for you to hit.
That's the wrong document, Pookie.
Oh, which one do you need?
Go to the actual episode one.
Oh.
That has my... Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but I can't remember my fucking intro for the life of me, so I have to read it every time.
Wait,
That's just
where-
like a
is it at
fun
the
fact
bottom?
about me.
Where is it?
It's like on the episode that I love that he's putting his little head underneath it. He's like, well, maybe you'll pet me now. Okay, but anyways, welcome everyone to How You Holdin' Up, where I, Jane,
And I, Dagny.
explore the wonderful world of media and how it's held up. But before we dive in, Dagny, how you holding up?
Oh, I'm doing...
Oh,
I'm a sleepy girl.
Wesley did not like that. He's like, okay, I guess we're done. You
Yeah,
guys
he's
start it
like,
back up
done
again.
doing the quiet cuddle time. Back to
whatever this
back
shit
to them
is.
gabbing again. So yeah, I am very tired, but for all good reasons. Like I talked about in our last episode that we recorded a long time ago. I don't
So
even remember.
long ago.
It wasn't, right before now. I moved recently. And
Woo.
then the weekend after that, I went to Vegas to celebrate my dear friend Carlin's 30th birthday.
Woo! Happy birthday, Carlin.
Happy birthday, Carlin. It was so fun. And let me tell you, Jane, we cracked the code of Las Vegas.
How'd you guys hold up over there?
We held up great. Like, I'm not even fucking around. I was like, we really did. Granted, we were hot, but
you
also
had some fun stories.
we wore these oversized party hats with pom-poms that were customized with pictures of Carlin in the same jumpsuit in different poses.
I saw one of them downstairs. They're great. By the way, just so you guys know, Carlin is so fucking funny. She's Dagny's
I'll
friend.
have her on this podcast.
She's so quick. She's always got a comeback right away. She's hilarious.
She's so funny. I'm gonna have to tell her that we talked about her on this podcast because she's the best, and she'll bring in something great as a guest. Which, speaking of,
We're getting close. We're getting close.
We are close, which will be really fun because then we'll have more to talk about, and we'll just be. Jane
We
and
have
I.
plenty to talk about.
We do. We could do this forever with
It's
just the two of us.
It's
so.
a privilege to be us.
We're really lucky actually to be ourselves. But in Vegas, so
Yes.
these party hats. There was a group of it was a group of 6 of us total. We all had these matching party hats that are not the party hats you're picturing. They're double the size of that. They're tall.
They're tall.
They're
I saw
kinda
one.
like dunce caps.
They're a little heavy on the top too, with the fluff.
with the pom pom. Oh,
Yeah.
we got used to it. We tied them. They stayed all night. But so we're we're feeling very silly and excited about the hats. And I wasn't sure. I was like, this could go a couple ways, but I also didn't feel like they were that crazy. I was like, this doesn't seem like that extreme of a choice to make in Vegas. You would have thought we were the bells of the ball everywhere we went. Granted, it was a mix of looks. Sometimes people would look at us kind of like, huh? And then I would say 90% of the time people were so enthused. And it's such an innocent way to show that you're there for a good time and you're not taking it seriously.
Yes, I agree. It's not cringy.
No.
It's cute.
We went to Cirque du Soleil, and the sweet woman at the door, she was like, yeah, your seats are going to be right inside and to the, which also Cirque du Soleil, my God, my jaw was on the floor. But
it's so
we were,
good.
going
Isn't
in,
it
she
so
was
good?
It was insane.
Did you see the Beatles one?
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
water one.
Okay.
There's a whole pool.
The water one.
They were doing dives. They were jumping from the top of the stage into the water.
Hell yeah.
I was amazed.
Hell yeah.
But as we were walking in, she was like, and if you don't mind, can you just take the hats off? And we were like, oh my God, yes, of course. We're not going to wear our hats during this. And then the woman next to me proceeded to record on her phone for half the fucking show. But I am the inconsiderate one with
I would have killed her with your hat.
2-foot hat on my head. Not 2 feet. Yeah, it's like
It's
foot
a big
tall.
one.
It's like a foot tall. But before Cirque du Soleil, we had these hats on, and Bruno Mars's club.
Wesley is watching our recording bar right now like it's his life depends on it. Like he looks like the recordist right now. He is watching that thing. He is watching that thing. He's like, I'm making sure this is rolling
That's
for
good.
you guys.
We need that producer energy to keep track.
I'm gonna pet him with my foot.
But Bruno Mars opened a club in the Bellagio. That's like, I guess, pretty hard to get, or I don't guess. It is hard to get into. It's called the Pinky Ring. And we went there. I know. It has all of his Grammys. It's like nice. I'll show you pictures of it. But we, like, Cirque du Soleil was just in the Bellagio, so we were already there. And Nina, my cousin, she was like, oh, that's Bruno Mars's club. We should go over and see if we can get in. And it was like only around 8 p.m. And the guy at the front, he was like, there's not really anything going on in there yet. It gets rowdy later. But if you guys just stay out of the seated area, you can go in and get a drink. And we were like, okay.
Cool.
Go in. And I met this guy named Rick. And I was like, he knows more than he's leading on.
Should I tell John about this guy, Rick?
Oh, I told him.
Should I tell John right now?
He was like a 60-year-old man.
I'm going to tell John.
Yeah, make sure he knows. No, but I got a lot of intel out of him. Unfortunately, his Bruno Mars prediction didn't come to fruition. Bruno wasn't, in fact, there that night. But Bruno Mars's band was playing that night. I guess they play most nights, but they're incredible to the point where I was like,
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm jumping ahead. But as we were leaving, I was talking to Rick and I was getting the intel because he comes there a lot. He was like, get the guy's name that let you in.
Yeah.
Be nice to him. And then at least one of you get a stamp on your way out and you'll be able to get back in after the show.
Right.
And we were like, say less, Rick. You got us.
So less, Rick.
And we went out there and I charmed them and I was like, hey, or we all did. We were like, hey, we're going to go see the show, but we heard there's live music. We would love to come back. Like, great drinks, really, just gassing them up. And they were like, yeah, of course. Yeah, let me. And they gave a couple of us stamps. And then after Cirque du Soleil, we got to go and we walked right back in and there was a line down the casino.
That's
amazing. We walked
amazing.
straight in with our party hats. And
that's awesome.
Then we got $200 in free drinks because of our party hat. Like, just because we were fun.
What?
Yeah. People were buying us things just because they were like, these girls look like they're having a fun time. And
that's
it's so
wild.
Purely joyful. And
damn,
also
Carlin,
like
good idea.
Hot, but
you guys were hot.
No, shout out to Maggie. She made the hats like last minute and was like, we need something. And they really paid off. They got us free drinks. They got us into exclusive clubs.
And these, just so you guys know, these hats are so dorky. That's why they're so great. It's Carlin just like posing and dancing
like
on the
lilac and yellow like checkerboard with real pom-poms that Maggie made with yarn attached to the top. And that's also why I'm like, they feel authentic too. They're not.
I would keep that hat and like put it somewhere cute. It's such a fun little piece.
It's so fun. Anyway, that was my weekend last weekend, and I'm
so sweet.
Still tired. That was only one night, and we did 2 days there. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind. But Jane, how are you holding up?
I've had the most upsetting thing happen to me that could possibly happen.
Did you shit your pants?
Yeah. No. Currently, I had my TikTok was hacked.
No.
My TikTok was hacked. They changed my number. They changed everything. And TikTok, first of all, TikTok, fuck you. Like, I love you because you're an app that's not controlled by our stupid American government. Although now you kind of are because you're sucking up to Trump. But also, TikTok, what the fuck? Your customer service is shit. For the amount of people that you have on that app, your customer service is like actual ass. It's insane. I did, like, I kid you not, 4 tickets through like different accounts and like out of an account to like get my account back. And what they'll do is they'll send you multiple messages to send them info about your account, which I did. And then eventually they just stop responding and then they just close the ticket. So you can't even like be like, hey, what's going on with this? So, fuck you, TikTok. And you guys are dicks. And also follow me on my new account, which is just my actual name. Jane Bella. But also, Jane Bella.
Who?
Jane Bella.
Who?
Jane Bella. and that's improv.
Oh yeah. No, improv is just
That's
fart
improv.
jokes. Come on, Wesley, give us a meow. Come on, give us a meow. He's not. He's not.
He's very comfy
He is
between us.
not. He is comfy. He's all cuddled up next to us.
But you want to talk about today's episode?
Sure.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one.
It is a fun one, and one that Jane hadn't seen.
I haven't.
And honestly, rewatching it felt like I hadn't seen it either because I didn't remember.
It's a fucking fever dream.
I don't remember 95% of this film. But today we are talking about Mystery Men, the 1999 film. Funny enough, the episode that we did not record right before this
Also
was
from
also a movie
1999.
from 1999.
It's just a banger
But
year.
I know.
Blair Witch Project
I
came
picked
out that
this before I put together. I fully forgot Ben Stiller is in it. He's the lead.
He's the lead.
And I forgot. And Ben Stiller's having a moment right now. He's always having a moment. He's very, very talented. I've
But-
learned not recently, but with the Severance of it all, I'm like, damn, fuck, pop off, kid.
He's a really good director.
Yeah.
But it was really nice and nostalgic, especially because I'd never seen this, to see him like acting as Ben Stiller, because he like
He's
has
so
this
funny.
he has this type of comedy about him that he does in like Zoolander also, and in like something about Polly. Like it's very I don't know. It was really nice to see him act. I know he like that's
Yeah.
not his thing anymore and he only wants to direct, but it was
so
great to see
good.
that. Yeah, it was really funny. But sorry, go ahead.
No. Amongst many other things I forgot about this movie, Ben Stiller is in it.
Star-studded
I'll-
cast.
Yeah, I'll read through the cast in a little bit. But I grew up with this movie. You wouldn't think so because I, again, didn't remember anything. But my brother and I watched it a lot. And I haven't watched it since probably like middle school. So I was like, I got to resurface this and recall why we enjoyed it so much. And he's just looking at ghosts. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
My cat's just staring off in an alarming way.
He just nodded like sup dude at like a wall and we were like, the fuck are you looking at?
He smells something. I don't know. Did you fart again?
No, I didn't. But if you guys wait long enough, you'll get a little treat.
Hold the mic to your ass this time. Don't try to cover it. Just embrace
Yeah, in the last episode I tried to like cover up the mic and it was so loud. I think it went
I need to hear what it sounds like. Sorry, I'm laughing again at it. Okay, we gotta move on. But
It's good.
Mystery
It's a good
Men. Yes, I grew up watching it. I loved it. And I had a grand old time rewatching it, honestly.
Yeah, it was
Is
fun.
it too long? Yes.
Yeah,
Could
it's
it be
2
edited
hours.
down? Yeah, it's 2 hours.
It could be 90 minutes.
Could be, yeah. It definitely could be, and it could have benefited from some edits watching it now. But there's some really solid humor in it, and like really great cameos. But the overall kind of gist of this movie, they're like misfit, or the crew that we're following, they're like very misfit superheroes, wannabe crime fighters that are going out every night and trying to fight crime. But there's a real superhero in town, Captain Amazing, and he's actually a piece of shit. Like, he does fight crime, but he fights crime too good, and now there's no bad guys left.
The Boys really copied the shit out of this. Like, this is like, if you like The Boys and like Homelander and all that shit, this is like, should we cover the mics?
No, embrace it.
That was a little one.
No, it was. You gotta brew a better one.
That one was crazy. But, you know, there's a lot of like The Boys references, right? These are like B-list superheroes, and then there's like the main superhero, and the main superhero is a piece of shit.
Yeah, awful. He's there for the money, and he wants endorsements, and he's making all these shitty commercials, and he's just greedy for power and money.
Which is great. I
But
love that.
Also, I mean, okay. the gig is up. We recorded an episode right before this.
You think they didn't know that until now? You're like, they couldn't. The gig is up. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna own up to it, because one of the funniest bits with Captain Amazing is like a superhero bit where he wears glasses.
Yeah.
And we were a lot of parallels between this and She's All That, in a sense of she also, wears glasses and then takes them off, and she's beautiful. This puts the
one makes
glasses
fun of-
on, and he's just a regular old guy.
No one knows that he's
No one knows
Superman,
that
you know?
Yeah, essentially Superman. When he looks the exact same, and not the
So
funniest
funny.
bit, but the fact that Ben Stiller's character is like, yeah, Lance, whatever the fuck, is Captain Amazing. They're like, don't start on that again, man.
William H.
It's been-
Macy
yeah, he's
is like, no.
It's like, there's no way. Captain Amazing wears glasses. He wouldn't be able to see.
So good.
And Ben Stiller truly just like gives such a great performance, just stares at him. He's like, for real, man? Like,
Yeah,
fucking
it's great.
contacts exist. Like, it's
just-
really...
All
It's
of the
so
actors are
silly.
so the three main actors. We'll do the cast read, but it's like literally all these incredible improvers. Like Pee Wee Herman is in this, Janeane Garofalo is in this, and they all have such good one line. Like, I think the reason why this movie was so long is because it's such a star-studded cast of
You, like,
comics.
can't cut stuff out. There's all of the jokes are just so solid.
The jokes are solid. It's too long. Like, it takes too long to get to stuff because
yeah.
in between the jokes you have to like visually tell the story, and then it's like, why are we still here, you know?
Yeah, but no, it's so good. Okay, just so we can cover the
Sorry.
the cast real quick. So obviously Ben Stiller, it's Janeane Garofalo. Is that right?
Janeane Garofalo.
Janeane Garofalo, William H. Macy, Hank Azaria, Kel Mitchell, as in Keenan and Kel. He plays the Invisible Boy, and that's one of the movie. I remembered the Invisible Boy's moment at the end very clearly, and
So
then
good.
I remembered the like pool like tryout scene is pretty iconic. Paul Rubens, which is Pee Wee Herman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who Wes Studi is, but he plays Phoenix. Or sorry, Sphinx. What the fuck? I don't know how to read.
Oh, Wes Studi is like a very big Native American actor. He's
so good in the
incredible. He's
movie.
so good in this. So it's
Also,
so funny.
what a great power to have where you can just cut weapons in half.
I never told you to put your feet in the watermelons.
He's so good. Greg Kinnear is Captain Amazing. He's so good. He's very, very funny. Jeffrey Rush is Casanova Frankenstein, who's the
By the way,
villain.
Jeffrey Rush is such a great like dramatic actor, so it's so fantastic to see him in this like stupid comedy.
He's so fucking funny in this. Eddie Izzard is in this too. I forgot Eddie Izzard was in this.
Mhm.
And he's like this
Disco's back.
Disco's back. Or does Eddie Izzard use she her pronouns? I can't remember. I'm not gonna get canceled. I'm gonna look it up right now. We're gonna wait.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Okay. Very he, she, her, they, all of the pronouns.
Can I say something funny about that like disco thing?
Yeah.
So in the movie they're like, disco's not out of style. Disco's not, and the whole time watching it I'm like, yes it is. It's been like 40 years. And then I'm like, oh, this is the 90s.
This is the 90s.
It hasn't actually been that long since the 70s, since the late 70s. It's
No.
been like maybe like, because he goes, you've been gone for 20 years. Like you've been stuck in jail for 20 years.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, for them it is not that long ago. And I'm
so
like,
for us that's like the Backstreet Boy, like
yes.
Britney Spears.
No, it's like
Spice
early
Girls.
2000s, I would say, even for us.
Yeah. Where we still listen to that stuff.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. That was just
No,
something I was thinking about.
You're good. So, these little wannabe superheroes, they
B-list,
are
yeah, they're B-list.
B-list superheroes. Do they have real powers? Not really, but
Some of them do, but
some
they're
of
like
them do.
they're like really bad.
Yeah, and in the day and age that we live in, where superheroes have become so elevated, like huge blockbuster budgets, it's like it was really kind of
Marvel.
Marvel, and DC. I mean,
Yeah.
superheroes have just gotten to be this like elite thing that
I
it's
agree.
oversaturated now. That you're like, oh, it's all CGI. Like,
Okay.
this is okay, cool. That's a lot of money you put into
How can
that.
anyone defeat you? Like you're invincible, cool. There's no plot or story to
Yeah.
this. This is all one level.
So this was really fun to watch because it is about like the underdogs, but also all of the like superheroes have interesting and funny thought out powers that
Mhm.
aren't just like super strength. Like it's great. But anyway, whatever. So going back to the plot, Captain Amazing, he is running out of bad guys. He's defeated everybody. And so
Yeah.
he goes under disguise as his true self. And lets one of his old villains out of this asylum that he has been imprisoned in, and that's Casanova Frankenstein.
Casanova Frankenstein. What a fun name.
Incredible name. Really hilarious stuff. And he lives in a castle. He's great. So he gets him out of jail, so he has a bad guy to like fight. And then the first night that Casanova Frankenstein is out of prison, he's in his home looking out at the city, and he has somehow gotten a bomb in the asylum he was in and blown up the asylum the first night he's out. And
dark.
Really dark. I'm like, how many people died in that explosion?
His therapist from there is like his love interest. Very Joker-esque.
Yeah. Very, very Joker 2. I didn't see it, but I'm guessing. I don't know.
Joker 2 is
with Lady Gaga.
What is it called? DOR?
Folie
Dead on Release or something like that.
What?
Which means the movie's so bad on release day, it has already so much criticism that no one goes to watch it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I'm just assuming kind of parallels. But Captain Amazing goes to visit Casanova Frankenstein that night, and Casanova Frankenstein knows his true identity of Lance. I can't remember his last name. Whatever. I know his first name is Lance because like, that's a memorable name. But Captain Amazing goes to Casanova Frankenstein's castle, and Casanova Frankenstein tricks him and then ends up kidnapping him and locking him in his basement dungeon thing.
Yeah.
And Casanova Frankenstein from there is planning to have this like ball essentially and have a party with a bunch of people to come over, because he's going to send out a psycho frequency across the city to make them all think like he does, and he's also going to like sacrifice Captain Amazing in front of all of his friends. And Ben Stiller, his character, just Furious is his name. He follows them one night because he sees Eddie Izzard and the other guy that's Tony C and Tony P, the two disco guys that are like his Jeffrey Rush's henchmen. He sees them in town and he follows them. Ben Stiller follows them to Casanova Frankenstein's house. Am I getting too detailed?
No, that scene of them getting out of the car when they first introduced Tony C and Tony P is so funny because what they do is they just get out of the car and pose with the music.
Oh, yeah.
And then they just get back into it. There's no plot to it.
I know.
He's just like, oh, there they are.
Like, oh, they're here. Why are they here? Yeah,
and they just leave.
Posing. They just like...
They're like, disco. They get back in.
It's really... See, this movie, it's so solid. Like, the jokes, they did... I mean, I'm jumping ahead. I think the jokes all really held up for me. I kind of got... I mean...
He follows them back to the place.
He follows them back to the place. He puts the pieces together that Captain Amazing is being held hostage there. And so he's like, okay, we got to step it up. We got to be like real heroes and save Captain Amazing in order to stop Casanova Frankenstein. And they're like, okay, we also got to get more people because there's only the three of them because it starts with just the Shoveler, Blue Raja, and Furious. And they end up recruiting.
Blue Raja is, by the way, a guy who is Hank Azaria, who's white, and he's wearing a turban.
He is.
And his character's wearing a turban who has a fake British accent, and there's no blue on his costume, which they also comment on. They're like, if you're going to be called Blue Raja.
And I do also... The accent is fake. Like it's
fake.
A whole persona that he's doing within the movie. Like he goes home and talks to his mom, and he is just like an average guy.
I love that his mom is so supportive at the end. She's like, do the British accent.
Kind of weirdly into him.
Oh yeah.
Rewatching, I was like,
I guess you're right.
Turned on by.
She wants to fuck him.
It's weird.
Maybe they played on that joke.
Yeah, that was an interesting dynamic. Rewatching, I was like, I don't remember this, but it's here, and it's odd. But he fights with silverware, predominantly forks. He
good.
Throws them like throwing stars. So fun. And then the shoveler, William H. Macy, he's got a shovel and he fights with a shovel. And it's as simple as that. And I love how simple their powers are. Ben Stiller is not very good at fighting. He just gets really angry and then just like...
He doesn't have a power. And I love that at the end he just like admits, he's like, I can't really do anything. Like I just get really mad.
Just get really angry.
Which is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
No, they're all just like little hodgepodge ragtag.
Some of them
group
have powers. Like Janeane Garofalo has like the strongest superpower. Her dad was an actual hero, and his like head is like in this
a bowling
bowling ball almost. That when she swings it around, it like has a mind of its own and will like smash into people and then come back into her bag. So it's like an actual power. And then Pee Wee Herman's character also has an actual power. It's just really gross. Yeah, so they just like pull his finger and he has like deathly farts. Like they make people pass out.
It's so good.
So it's like actual, and so does the Invisible Boy. We just find out at the end,
that it's real. Yeah,
but they're just not very good.
They're not very
powers.
Useful. Like they're very specific powers.
Yeah, Janeane Garofalo's is like the most like powerful.
Yeah,
interesting.
And hers
power.
is funny too because she's like talking to her. It's like the bowling ball skull is like real to her, and
well,
so
it's the
she's
side
like,
plot. It's like her dad needs to finish his revenge, so she like carries him around.
Killed him, and now coming back for revenge from the dead. Jane just gets smitten by how cute my cat is sometimes.
I want to put his paws into my mouth, but he steps in kitty litter, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, you'll die.
But I want to take the entire paw and just. That was me putting my mouth over the mic. Sorry.
I'm sure he would love it. Yeah. So they get their little ragtag group and they end up killing Captain Amazing by accident,
which is so funny.
They fully fry him.
It's
and
creepy.
It's just them. Like Casanova Frankenstein did not. I mean, he built the device that kills him.
He's almost upset too. He's like, "What the fuck?
Well, I didn't get to kill him. Who killed him before me?" And then he finds a fork on the ground. He's like, "Oh, those ragtag fucking B-listers.
Those little shits."
But those little shits again.
That
or he calls them vermin, right?
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
calls them pieces of dung. No, but I remember watching it with Ben, and he was like, my boyfriend, and he was like, "There's a scene coming up that really disturbed me when I was young," and I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just watch," and it's the scene of like them killing Captain Amazing by accident, and it is kind of it's pretty grotesque. Like,
I just read a trivia fact that they didn't tell Janeane Garofalo that his hand was going to crumble off when she touched it, and
that's
actually
amazing.
Freaked her out.
That's great.
And I was like, that. I mean, I would also be like creeped out by it, but yeah, it's a real reaction when she's like.
But she's a fucking drama queen. We all know. Fucking no, I don't know. I have no idea.
We all know she's so hard to work with. No, she's very good.
She's so funny in this.
And yeah, I vividly remember the bowler too because I was like, that's such a fun power that she's just.
It is a really cool power, and it's cool that she's like, she's the only girl in the guy group, and she's like actually the only one who has like a real sick ass power. Yeah. I also really like the creator of like all the weapons for them.
Yeah.
He's like, I make weapons that like hurt but don't kill.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, well, we're leaving. And then they see how like crazy his weapons are.
Can.
He had a tornado can, and he has like a blame machine, which is great.
Oh,
like
a flamethrower.
Flamethrower.
It looks like a flamethrower, but you point it at people and they get into fights with each other. And they're just
it's so
blaming each other
good.
for things. It's so smart.
I think what this movie does really well, what I was going to say is like all the character introductions are so good because it's really funny actors and director lets them do what they do best.
Yeah. The
actual plot and how it moves is a fucking mess.
Yeah. The movie itself, you're there for the jokes and the moments. The actual plot is clunky and takes a while. While I was rewatching, I was like, the tryout scene I thought happened like 30 minutes into the movie. It's like halfway through the movie before you meet the bowler and everyone else. I was like, my God,
it takes way too long. It takes way too long. And it's because that's the thing. It's because I get it. Like the director doesn't want to skip on all these fantastic lines that he's being given, but like at the end of the minute, like you gotta edit that. And I will say this, there's this another thing that's interesting is there's this actress in the movie who plays the waitress. She's Ben Stiller's love interest.
Yeah.
And she
is Claire Forlani, and she's fucking gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. She's in Joe Black with Brad Pitt.
Oh, okay.
And we looked her up, me and Ben, and we were like, she has barely done anything. Like she's in barely anything.
That's so strange.
It is really strange because she was great in Joe Black. She's fun in this movie. She's so beautiful. I was like, what happened? What's going on?
Oh, she's gonna be in Cruel Intentions, a TV series.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Because I was like, girl, what's
she
up?
was in 2024. She's done some like small things, but I mean, she's very good in this movie. She's very
she's
charming.
so funny.
She's like got such a striking look
She's
that I'm like,
just be Ben. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
yeah.
But or just be
Ben.
just be
Roy.
Ben Stiller. Just be Roy.
Ben Stiller's real name as a character is Roy, and his
which is great.
Furious is his superhero name.
It's funny. This movie's funny.
Yeah.
But there's some funny cameos. You've got fucking Michael Bay as one of the hockey players in the evil ballroom scene. He's like one of the evil guys.
Doug Jones is one of the people trying out to be a superhero. And it's not Tosh, but there's like a comedian.
Fucking CeeLo Green is in it.
Yeah.
And he's shooting all the rappers are shooting their guns sideways, which is the funniest shit ever.
That's great.
For that scene. It's just like a bunch of cameos. Again, a very 90s thing to do. Just throw some cameos in there of random people who were big at that time.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, box office wise, this movie did not do well. It made less than half of what its budget was. I think its budget was like 60 million and it made like 28 or something. Like it did not do well.
I gave them $3.99 last night on Amazon to rent it. So
it came out though at the same time as Blair Witch Project, Ben told me, and something else.
Oh.
And so it just
it's
got
Dane Cook. He's the waffler.
Oh yeah. Well,
was
that's
like,
because Dane Cook was like a huge comedian at that point.
Yeah, I kept saying
Not
Tosh, but
anymore.
I'm like, it's not Tosh.
Dane Cook,
it's
yeah.
Dane Cook.
But whatever, fuck Dane Cook.
Yeah. He has he is
an
one of the like wannabe.
He has an 18-year-old
recruits.
wife. It's weird.
Ew.
And gross.
I didn't know that. Yikes. Yeah, he's the waffler, where he waffles people. He just hits them with a waffle maker.
Yeah, that's great. The pool scene is the most iconic part of it. Like
it's
where
very
all the
fun, where it's
all
a bunch of different
superheroes. I say
like,
with quotation
the Wonder
marks.
Woman thing didn't age great, I would say, but I guess it's just there's two girls that show up in the same like Wonder Woman knockoff costume.
They beat the shit out of
and
each
they
other.
beat the shit out of each other, and all the men are just like
Ew.
staring.
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller's is like, oh, I don't know, we could work with this.
And it's so funny too because I guess
And the Blue Roger, who's clearly, I would say clearly gay. They even make that bit, a joke later too. Is the only one that's like, why? What the fuck? Why are these girls fighting? Like not into it.
Yeah.
And everybody else is just staring. I was like, that's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. I'll have to do a rewatch at some point, but I just like that Ben Stiller the whole movie goes against everyone just to like just to have some kind of conflict.
Yeah.
And then I love that they speak on it at the end of the movie where he's like, I don't even know, like I'm just mad, and his like love interest is like, why don't you just tell them that and join the group?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, like it's such a made up conflict that it's like hilarious, but it's also what makes the movie way too long. It's like, okay, like
yeah, they do.
But it's funny.
They do the back and forth with the bowler a lot, like probably too many times, where it's like, well, why don't you? Well, why don't you? Well, why don't you? Like,
that's funny.
It's
That's
very funny, and they do it a lot, and I honestly think it's funny every time. But there's other moments that I think they definitely could have trimmed a little.
But overall, so fun.
Overall, yeah. And like, what doesn't hold up for me is a lot of the visual effects of like the city.
I love those.
No, I loved it too. But like,
They're
as far
so
as like
funny.
rewatching, I was like, oh my god, wow.
Some of the movies very Tim Burton-esque. It's like in studio dark Batman Tim Burton. Does that make sense?
Actually, it was like strange that they did this parallel, but it's the same number of sets used for this film as Batman Forever in 1995, which I'm like, I don't know how
Is
that's a
Batman
trivia.
Forever the Tim Burton one?
Yeah.
That's
think so.
wild. Because that's what it felt like. Like a lot of the studio scenes, suburban studio scenes, like that pool scene is in a studio.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
feel like some of the, like when they're like going over the city. It seemed like it might have been like miniatures that they were filming.
That's what we thought too.
I think it was.
Which I fuck with as well.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I'll take a miniature over bad CGI any day, because at least
Yeah.
there's like some creativity in that.
Yeah, but otherwise, I found a hard time finding things wrong with this movie, and I said young Dagny had good taste.
You did. This was very fun. This was a
Yeah.
good time.
I
I
was
immediately was like,
surprised.
oh.
Most people, it's like, I wouldn't say it's rare when I bring up this movie and people don't know it, but like more often than not, people don't know what I'm talking about.
It flopped so hard, I think, in the movie theaters that it's not like... You have to think of it this way. A lot of people either saw stuff on Blockbuster in the
Mhm.
90s or...
Which is probably where we saw this the first time, was just like a Blockbuster rental.
Or in the movies. And a lot of people also picked in Blockbuster from like the popular pile.
Yeah.
Like, and if this didn't make it or wasn't a big success, like it probably hit the back areas, you know? So my thought process is that's probably why, because I was like, Mystery Men, what are you talking about? But I'm glad I watched it. It was very, very fun.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good time. I'm glad it held up.
For me, percentage wise, it was like a solid 75. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to watch some comedians that you really love, like have a good time and play really fun characters, watch this movie.
Yeah. Get a little stoned.
Yes, I would say that. Get a little stoned.
Get a little
'Cause it's 2
stoned,
hours.
and it's 2 hours, but it's like it's a giggle fest. Like
Yeah.
it's got great one-liners. The characters, like, they're just so committed to their characters. Like, they're characters within the characters too. 'Cause,
Yes,
like,
yes.
they're playing superhero characters within this world that they've made, and it's so funny. Especially
William
I
H.
love
Macy's-
the Blue Raja so
Blue
much.
Raja
William H. Macy and
is
how,
the
like,
shovel man. He just fights with
the
a shovel.
shoveler, and his wife is like, "When are you gonna give it up, man?
You gotta come home."
You gotta stop doing this."
I love that Ben was like, she doesn't believe in him.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, I wouldn't either. What the fuck is he doing?
And she was like, "You've been doing this for 15 years." I'm like, "He's been going out every
Bitch, you're
night
still
for
with
15
him
years,
after this all.
taking a shovel and your kid's soccer vest, whatever the fuck he was wearing."
Wild.
Man. But it paid off. They saved the city at the end.
They did
They
save the
did
city.
kill the main superhero, but he was a piece of shit anyway.
He was a piece of shit anyway. I love
But-
that they couldn't figure out their name at the end when they're getting interviewed.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
they
we're the
never-
super guys.
We're the super squad.
No.
Like, alliteration doesn't work. No. But the reason it's called Mystery Men is the interview that they're doing at the end. She's like, "So what's this group called?" And they're like, kind of like, can't decide. She's like, "Well, whatever." And thanks to these mystery men, and that's the only like time that they use the title.
I like that though. It wasn't as like in your face as
No,
some
it
of
was
them are.
cute and cheeky at the end. But yeah,
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. I was a little worried when I was like, I remember it being really fun.
All
but
your
I don't
suggestions are
know.
always a good time. Even if they're bad, they're good. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this podcast is about like if something didn't hold up, like Inspector Gadget. Fucking Inspector Gadget. It's still fun to watch because it's like, wow, this is shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun watch.
It was. But I think, 1 second, Jane, I'm going to sign into our email.
Oh, hell yeah.
'Cause I
Absolutely.
just need to find our login.
We've gotten some emails. I don't know if it's like one or two, but we have gotten some emails. So we wanted to read them at the end of this podcast and like see what you guys came up with, comment on it, and send us more of your, send us more stuff. We want to hear more stuff. I'm going to let Dagny do the outro so she doesn't punch me in the neck, but she hits me, guys.
I do. What the fuck is the password?
What's the password to the email that I made myself? Okay.
We're logging in. Oh, and it says there's an server error.
Hell yeah.
Hold on.
Nothing you
We're
sent
making it
us.
work.
Nothing you sent us recovered.
Oh, we do have an email from Brooklyn, and she has sent us a list of suggestions. Should I read them, or should we just read them off air?
You could pick one or two to read that you like. The rest that you don't like, don't. I'm just kidding.
No. All of these are very fun.
Brooklyn, by the way, is our longtime listener. She listens to all our episodes. She's the
Were you
best.
really into dinosaurs as a kid? A lot of these are dinosaur things, which I'm into.
She was. I think I think that would probably be one of our episodes where we do with her. Where we do
Brooklyn, come on and talk about
the Land
Before
Her
Time or dinosaurs.
Amazing.
Also Little Rascals, that's a fun idea. James and the Giant Peach is a fun idea. I think you brought up James.
I
and
put
the
James on the
before.
Giant Peach.
Balto, Quest for Camelot, and any and all Don Bluth movies.
I don't know any Don Bluths.
Me neither. Brooklyn, we got some research to do. Is her name really Brooklyn Bennington?
Yeah.
What a fun name.
Thank you for emailing us,
Thanks
Brooklyn.
for emailing us. And if you, the listener, would also like to email us and send us some recommendations, we'll be happy to pull from that. It can be anything. The sky's the limit.
Woo! Except it can't be like something that you watched a week ago. It has to be something.
Yeah, it's got to
From
be
before.
something that has been able to age.
Yeah, give us something like 15 years ago, you know?
Yeah, take a walk down memory lane. And with that, I think we're ready to close it out for the night.
You want to give them our email so they can...
I did. Did I not?
No.
We talked about emails for so long I didn't even say it. Email us at howyaholdingup@gmail.com, even just to say, hey, bitch.
And it's spelled the same way we spell our podcast.
Yeah, how ya holdin, no G, up @gmail.com.
Woo!
Woo! But I am getting sleepy, so I'm going to say bye, Jane.
Bye, Dagny.